problem is we have Europeans who have through the history scorned people for being gods and goddesses. You're a nigger loving ass. Even white people who tried to help black people that was being victimized by other white people were all tarnished and treated badly also. So see, we all know that. We all know that what the problem has been with the world, it's been white people and their foolish religion and their abuse of people that try to be godlike, because they want the only people that can be standing in the seat of godness or goddess or gods is their Jesus, and there is no goddess itself. You could be a queen or you could be Mary, who is great for birthing Jesus, and that's all. So they destroyed all of our self-knowledge of our God and goddess selves, took that away from us, beat it out of us, tortured us, mistreated us, did horrible things to us, deprived us. And the only way he was able to get anything is if you bow down to the white man. He raping black men and raping black women, sodomizing them. That's why the Bible itself speaks so highly of that being a crime, because this is the way of the European males. They are the ones who went around the world and spread that filth so much on this planet because of them liking to do that. The quest for world dominance meant that they had to destroy everything that was on the God template. And so the man taking a woman naturally in her vagina had to be eradicated. With them, they would rather bend her over and do it the other unnatural way than to do it the natural way. And I know this to be so because I live on this planet and I hear what people talk about and I see what people do because I have availability to the internet and I use it. So I know what's the common acceptance of sexual ritual, and you hear people talking about it and boasting about it and perpetuating it and publicizing it and trying to make it be now the natural way to do that, and it is not. It is very filthy and it is very ungodly, and we as a people building these structures were in constant contact with the sunlight, and the sunlight was saying to us, no, that is not the way I made for you guys to do that. And the reason why they started perpetuating that around the world for everybody to do it is because they were doing it men to men. And so they found a use for that back there like that to do that with. And then after they were doing it with each other so long, they took it to their women. And then after that, it started spreading to everyone. We knew that that was taboo, and we knew that it was filthy, and we knew that it was totally, totally forbidden. Never do that. Now we got a whole world that won't hesitate to do that. Okay, and it's all because of this same decay of building structures right here where the people were murdered, and just like their personifications were murdered and destroyed, so were their brains, and this is what they took off the top. So you can see things missing, and that's the gold that I'm telling you was on top of all these buildings. They stole the gold and stole the people and took them into exile. And so now they want to try to tell you these people did not have electricity or language or all the modern stuff. How were they able to do this? Because they weren't smart as the white man. Bullshit. They was way smarter than you. The fact is they was not wise enough to understand the devil that you are. And then after they welcomed you in and showed you knowledges and everything, you came back and murdered all the men with your guns and your poisons and your sneaky tactics. You came back and you murdered all these people and took all their women and raped all their women and taught them to worship your religion.
Precisely aligned to celestial events. History written in stone, honoring otherworldly rulers. Ancient monuments. Precisely aligned to celestial events.
See, I wanted to show you that. See, it's missing. And as you can see, the point right there starts right now. Remember what I was telling you about the woman legs coming down on earth? You can see the slope right there. One leg there, one leg here. And then the middle, where the man comes out the door as if to be coming out of her vagina. Do you see what I'm saying? And then look, you come down to earth. That's what they're showing you. That is exactly what they're showing you. This is where that point would have been. See, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right up here is where it would have been, right there. But I guarantee you it was gold. Guarantee you. And I guarantee you the reason why you see all these structures around North America and Americas coming to a flat existence like that is because the capstone that was on top was gold. Because that's what these people are. They are African people, as you can see right here. The secret history of ancient black America as proven by Europe. This is the Europe scholars now telling the truth. See, the reason why all this new information is coming out is because people know that they can cash in on the knowledge that they've been hiding from the world forever. And the person who can tell you the story better than anyone is the person that did it. They stole all of the gold that was on all of these buildings. Now look at what I'm saying. If that point was there, you can see how it could line itself up to be that angle slope I was telling you about, like we see in the pyramids. Okay? And they took that out of there, and you can see the female that I always tell you about. So this right here was a big center where when the sunlight came in and hit that gold, I guarantee you this whole thing was illuminated with light. That's the reason I tell you guys about the two ladies that I saw. That they are so amazingly illuminating that is out of this world. I wonder if the universe is already, I'm telling you, the return of the gods is going on. The gods and the goddesses are definitely back here on earth. It's just that a lot of people don't know that's who they are, and they're not activated because we had so much shutdown from the Jesus stuff. But the universe is going to be waking people up more and more. And if it's anything out there that everybody should be trying to do right now, it is you should be trying to familiarize yourself with the true existence of self. See, look, if you look right here, you can see these geometric designs of these pyramids, even right there. See right here? Look what I'm saying to you. There's the woman leg right there, and there's her leg right there. And as you can see, staircases with a door for people to come down. Do you see? This is what this was all about. See? Staircases for people to come down and go up. So this is like the energy source of the universe coming to the earth and leaving earth going back. That's the permeation of God energy as God on earth. That's who we all are. God and goddesses on earth. And that's what it's showing you. The X. See? That's the V that's missing. They took it away. They took it off of there. I guarantee you it was there and they took it off. It was solid gold to heavy duty crafting work, and they took it off. And it was like that, I bet, and then the one came down and hit it like that. And every time the sun moved, just like they said, celestial bodies, when the sun got into a certain position over it, do you see what I'm saying? Like when it got to a certain position over it, the sun, what it would do is strike that light, and that light will come down and right on top of that point like that. Just like we've seen over and over. Okay, and that's what happened. Someone went and stole the gold. Trust me.
Written in stone, honoring otherworldly rulers.
And look at it. The same calendars like we have in ancient Asia and everything, with the Buddha in the middle, telling you about, see, look at the X. Did you see? Do you see it? See, look. Go from here to there. Go from there to here. See those X's? And then the one in the middle, and the one that goes that way, which is the cross that the Christians always tell you that Jesus came on. Ain't had a damn thing to do with Jesus. It has a lot to do with the god of Sar, or Quetzalcoatl in this case is what they would call it. Quetzalcoatl, but it's the same thing, because it's African people who had left Africa and came here to the Americas with the same story. Okay, it's the same thing. Let's make this big so you can see what I was talking about. Go from there to there, and then from there to there. That's an X. Look at this, from here to there, and from here to there. That's that cross that Jesus is talking about. Okay, so now they done stole this stuff from us, black people. We were all over the planet. We were in Asia, the Africas, as well as here's the Americas, as far down to Costa Rica, as far down to Guatemala, all over this planet. We were sun people that was here building these structures to the sun, and I am here to do it again. And everybody that be in opposition to that, the sunlight is going to recreate you.
And a calendar accurately predicting shifts in the Earth's axis every 26,000 years. Did the
Look at that. Every 26,000 years is what they call a great year. The completion of a great year.
rulers,
Now, that's what I wanted to show you. These are a form of hieroglyphs here.
ancient monuments, precisely aligned to celestial events. History written in
Look at this. History written in stone, meaning hieroglyphs. Okay, the same stuff that you saw in Africa. The same ideal coming from the sun, saying to these people, we're going to write the story in stone. Okay, so these people were the same brick masons, the same sunlight generated, sunlight appointed, sunlight anointed people on the earth, God and goddesses that was in the Americas, had connections with people coming from Egypt too. I know that because my incarnated spirit tells me we jumped in those sailboats and brought our ass to America a lot and hung out with our brothers and sisters that was here in America and saw them as that. We didn't see them as nobody be coming over here taken as slaves. We saw them as family members, just like if you left Detroit and went to Chicago. Okay, same thing. These are no different than hieroglyphs, writings of God. You could call them melanated if you want to, the same thing. This is the reason I always have to attack the European narrators, because they won't tell you this stuff. Even though you have a different format of arrangement of the angles and the geometric patterns on here, they still is a method of communicating thought. These being the case of thoughts of God, because they're put on temples that's built to the sun, which they are not going to tell you either. But you can see how the sun is having a reaction. He tell you it's built around celestial bodies. He does tell you that. But you can see how the sun is having a reaction with it all right here.
Rulers. And a calendar accurately
showing you the rotation of the earth is what it's showing you. The constellation that it'll be in when major solar occurrences occur, like the X that we're dealing with right now, that I'm here trying to explain to you as well as I can, that this is not some fluke, that this has happened over and over and over, millions upon millions of times, and that the universe has always tried to keep us pre-arranged with mind thought of what to expect and how to deal with
shifts in the
with what
Earth's
comes. But we get somebody that comes
26,000 years.
right every 26,000 years. They showing you the wobble and the shift of how the Earth is shift on its pivot or its pole. Now, this information has always been around, and we as a people on Earth have always known how to make our adjustments and be able to deal with this. The European males now, with their selfish, warring asses and don't want to think about nothing but themselves eating while everybody else die and don't do well, has completely hid all this information from everyone on the earth so we can all stay stupid and vulnerable to them, which makes us vulnerable to the universe, because we don't have no knowledge of self, which makes you seriously vulnerable because you don't know who the hell you are. So if you don't know who you are, you can't possibly know if you are not well. This is the problem. You white people do not know that you are not well because you do not know that you are melanated people who have been deliberately and maliciously deprived of your melanin and taught to love your degenerate state. So that's the reason I had to be so aggressive with you and to the point of pointing out to you what has happened to us all here on the planet. I know a lot of people resent me and hate me and would like to see me not do well, but guess what? I do not care about that, because at the same time, I do not like sitting around seeing you all not do well and not being aware of what has happened to you, okay? We have all been lied to and we have all been abused by the Zionists. The people have been walking around the earth forever talking about no good, dirty ass Jews. I understand why they say that now. I am not talking about no nationalism of people there.